Ashley here with Heart Hook Home, and today we are going to be winding yarn cakes with this yarn winder. Now this is one of the most economical winders we can find online. They vary in price from like $13 to $17 on Amazon depending on the day. Now I wanted to show, this is the bobbin that actually goes on top before we get started, and you just turn that clockwise and you are ready to go. One important thing to note before you get started, when this comes in the mail, this pin is going to be in and it's going to be floppy. So before we get started, we're going to pull it out until it snaps a little bit into place, and then we are ready to go. Now I've got a half a skein here of Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn and green. And I'm going to be winding this into a cake. I've noticed that with this particular winder, the more economical the yarn, the better it winds. So if it's something very silky, especially Karen's Simply Soft or something just very soft yarn, it doesn't wind as well. So keep in mind this is the economical version of the ball winder. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my yarn through the guide. So I do that here by wrapping it around twice. Same way that you would wind, like thread a sewing machine almost. In the top of your bobbin you have a slit, so we are going to put that yarn directly through that slit. Okay, so now we are going to leave this yarn here from the skein, and the trick here that I think most people, what causes them not to like this particular winder is that the tension is a little bit loosey-goosey. It doesn't hold it very tight. So I hold this with my left hand as I'm winding with my right hand. So I've got this secured onto my countertop in the bar, and I'm going to wind this into a cake so that it has a semblance of this. So first we are literally just going to start winding our yarn. I keep my tension on my left hand a little bit tight so that it's having to pull through my fingers. That helps to keep the yarn cake that I'm forming tighter as well. So I'm going to just continue to wind, and I'm not really going to speed this video up because I want you to be able to see how fast I'm actually winding. I found that if I wind too fast or too slow, it kind of messes up the whole balance of the winder itself. So I'm just going to keep going at the same speed as we go along, and you can see that it's pulling from the skein rather well. This particular winder I found can hold about 4 ounces of yarn. So a full skein of I Love This Yarn, let me see if I can find that here, is 7 ounces. So this will hold about half a skein. Now for other skeins, especially if they're a little bit rougher, it might hold even more than that. I made this guy on this winder. So it is possible to do extremely large cakes. You just have to have a little patience, and you have to kind of go through the learning curve of this particular winder in order to make that happen. So I'm getting to where my skein is a little floppy, loosey-goosey. I don't know if you can see that so well. I'm going to keep on winding at the same exact pace. And once I get to where my cake is a little bit over or right at the size of the base of the winder, I slow down just a little bit, and there we go. That is it. Now in order to create this as a center pull ball, I will pull this tail up. So here's my end, and I'm going to pull from that when I start my crocheting. So then I pull it off of the bobbin like this. I take my tail, kind of wrap it around a little bit, and there we go. Now I'm ready to pull from the center, or if I wanted to, I could pull from the outside as well. So that, my friends, is how you use this yarn ball winder, and I am actually going to purchase one that holds up to 10 ounces, and I will be doing a tutorial video on that, what I like about it, what the differences I don't like about it, next in this series. So be sure to watch for that on hearthookhome.com. Thanks for watching.